going on, YouTube? Matt from GarageMC here. Finally done working my ass off. Got a few days to myself. So to put something out there, I did start mounting the tires on the beadlock wheels. Like I said, I have frames here. I got parts ready to go. I also am in the middle of making a video of a complete in-detail teardown of the bottom end of these. I couldn't really find a recent video that was posted that went over everything in detail in order of the parts and the sizes and what tools you might need. So I'm in the middle of making a video like that for you guys. But today, I'm going to show you how to mount tires on these Alba beadlock wheels that we got. Obviously, they don't come with the Lone Star hubs and the ITP Baja lug nuts, but I just got them bolted in there for now. But this is like super simple, guys. As long as you just take your time and you do the right torque specifications in the right order, you have no problem. This is way easier than like a traditional wheel where you have to pretty much stretch the tire to get it onto the rim. Ask me how I know. It sucks, and especially if you don't have tire spoons or a machine to put it on there, it gets to be a pretty daunting task. So sit down, pull up a seat. I'm going to show you guys how to do this. We're going to go over the instructions that came with the wheels from Alba. Alright, so first things first, let's go over the instructions here. These are one of the few things that I will actually sit down and at least glance at the instructions before I just dive right into it and put it together. Some things are different than others. You might think you know what you're doing. There might be a certain different specification that you got to do. But anyway, let's get into it. So it's Alba Racing. The critical beadlock wheel information. They put their phone number on there. It says beadlock wheels are designed, engineered, and intended for off-highway use only and are not DOT approved. If this product is not what you expected or is not consistent with your intended use, please return to the seller before installation for a refund of the purchase price. Beadlock wheels come with a 1-year structural warranty. There is no cosmetic warranty. It is required that professional tire wheel installers are used for the mounting process. Alba Racing is not responsible for damage caused by improper assembly. So here are the steps. Use only Alba Racing approved hardware kits for the attachment of the beadlock ring to the wheel. So here's the beadlock ring that goes to the front of the wheel. And the hardware that comes with it, you get all these little plates in here, and these are what go inside the lip of the rim. You put your bolt through the beadlock ring or lock ring, whatever you want to call it. It's not called a beauty ring. It's not for, even though, it does look kind of cool, which is actually why I bought it. I don't really need beadlocks for what I'm doing, but I'm not going to sit here and, bullshit and say much. I just like the way they look. That's it. It's my quad. It's what I want to do. It's my money. It's what I spent it on top of 9 million other things that I bought for this quad. But anyway, that's what it comes with, and of course you get your stickers. This came with a sticker for each pack of hardware, so I got 4 Team Alba Racing stickers. Not really going to be putting stickers on this quad. Maybe we'll do a graphics kit. Maybe we'll do like a vote and see. Maybe I'll pick out like 3 and you guys can vote on which one. But the intent of this quad was to just keep it like stealth mode. Anyway. Make sure there's no excess rubber or flashing on the bead area of the tire. Make sure the tire bead seats evenly to the outside flange of the wheel. Outside flange, meaning this area right here. This is the outside flange. The bead of the tire actually sits in here. And the reason why you have to torque it down, in sequence and slowly, and what other word could I use there? You got to do it evenly so the tire isn't oblong instead of round, because this will squeeze the tire out more on one side than it does the other. So you really got to pay attention to this. I'm actually going to add steps to these instructions that are going to ensure that it minimalizes the risk of that happening. So, where are we at here? Make sure the tire beats. Okay. Always use a star pattern when attaching and tightening the beadlock ring mounting bolts to the wheel. So obviously, just like as if you were torquing a wheel to your car or anything else, you're gonna, if it was a 5-star, you're gonna go, like in a star pattern. That's one way to keep it even. Let's see here. Start bolts by hand, at least 2 full turns. Thank you for putting that in there. Using a calibrated torque wrench, tighten each bolt to half the required torque specifications. Now this is where it gets, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. So for the first sequence, it would be 3 to 4 pounds for 8 through 12 inch wheels. 6 to 10 foot-pounds for 14 and 15 inch wheels. Using a calibrated torque wrench, tighten each bolt to the final required torque specification. 6 to 7 foot-pounds for 8 through 12 inch, 14 to 16 foot-pounds for 14 and 15 inch wheels. Do not over torque the bolts. You will ruin your tire beads and strip the hardware. When you mount the wheels and tire to the vehicle, be sure to use matching lug nuts to the wheel. We went over this in my last video. These Alba wheels are stud centric. They don't take a tapered lug nut, they take a flat lug nut. We have those and they all match. So there's that. Let's see here. Wheels that have flat hole must use a flat lug nut with a flat washer. So not tapered, once again. Wheels that have a tapered hole must use matching tapered lug nuts. We just went over that. All right, re-torque ring bolts and the wheel lug nuts after the first 50 miles and each subsequent 200 miles. They also offer a video. They actually have their own YouTube video showing you how to do this, but we're going to go over this here. You guys come to my channel to watch. I want to show you guys every single thing that we do on this quad. Actually, great news. I just called BP Racing. They are partially sponsoring me on the engine build, and by partially, I mean partially. We just ordered all the internals for the engine, the crank, every bearing, every grease seal, the piston, rings, cylinder, cam, valve, springs, retainers, keepers, guide, seals, all the gaskets. It's all on its way, guys. Hence the reason why I'm doing a video on tearing the engine down. We're getting there, and it's going to happen very soon. So please continue to follow the build. I appreciate every one of you guys for watching the videos. Always remember to throw me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. It's free. I'm not, there's nothing that you have to pay. It's just free. You can just subscribe. This way you know when my videos come out, and you can follow along with this 465EX build. Let's get into putting this tire on the rim. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to set our wheel. I like to put a nice towel down so it doesn't get scratched, even though, yes, I know this is going on a quad, and they're going to get all fucked up anyway. Whatever. What I use for lubricant is just a foaming glass cleaner. If your wheels are directional, you're going to want to pay attention to which direction, obviously, they're going to be going because they're directional. These tires that I got, these are ambush tires. They are 20 by 10 by 9s. This is a 9-inch rim. Basically, when you're doing a bead lock, or what I do when I'm doing a bead lock, I only lubricate the bead that is going to be on the opposite side of the bead lock. You don't need to lubricate the other side, and you'll see in a second. So I just put a little bit of foaming glass cleaner on here. All right. Watch how easy this is, guys. You just get it started. Go ahead and put your hand in there. Get the bead under the rim, and then boom, your tire's on. That's it. What did that take? 15 seconds, maybe? One step I like to do is I like to line up the brand of the wheel or the tire with the air valve. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about real quick. What I mean by that is where it says ambush, there's, there's 6 letters in ambush, so 3 right in the center. I have the valve pack. This is what you'll get. You get, let's see here, 1, 2, 3. You get 6 of these here, these plates that come with it. These go underneath the lip of the polished wheel, and then the bolt goes through the beadlock ring, through the wheel, and then into those. If you guys get something similar to this, one side has like a sharp edge, and the other side is rounded. You are to put the rounded side facing up, in this case. The other way around, it's very hard to get the bolt started where this is tapped through the back side of it. So let's just go ahead and start getting these all set up. they just simply go, where are we going to start here? We'll go right here. I'll drop that through. These can be a little bit of a pain in the ass to get started, but once you do, you're off to the races. Alright, so this one started. You want to leave them loose till you get them both in. Well, you want to leave them all loose till you get all 6 plates and 12 bolts started up. We have all 12 of our bolts with the 6 plates that come with it. What I do, definitely do not use a ratchet at this part. Get these all started by hand. At the bottom, I get them all to where you could just start to feel them, the end of the bolt coming through the plate. This way they're all centered. Let me pick you guys up real quick and show you this. There is this line that goes around the tire here. You can see this this fat lip, and then there's another line in there. You want to do this by eye. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's probably a better way to do it, but I certainly don't have any tools for this. But you just push on it, get it sat where you want it to, so it looks nice and even all the way around. Just going in a random pattern here, guys, getting it seated down a little bit. Always want to keep paying attention to your ring that is around the tire. You got to kind of work with the tire a little bit, keep moving it and make sure that it's center. Like I can see already, it's starting to go off balance, and this is the part of the bead locks that kind of suck. You got to just keep messing with it and getting it where you want it. But it's definitely worth the time it takes to get it seated properly. All right, so for 8 through 12 inch wheels, it's 3 to 4 foot-pounds for the first torque sequence. If your torque wrench only reads in inch-pounds, each foot-pound is 12 inch-pounds. Same thing as like regular measurements. So I'm going to go to the 3 foot-pounds, so it will be 36 inch-pounds. That will be the first torque sequence. So we got 35 inch-pounds, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. All right, so 36. So that is 3 foot-pounds. These bolts that come with the Alba wheels anyway, they are 10 millimeter. So in a star pattern, we're going to get these seated, and always hold your torque wrench at the end. That's how it's calibrated. Don't do it from here. Don't do it from here. Don't hold it like this. Torque wrenches are always calibrated for you to be holding the knurled or whatever grip comes on whatever torque wrench you have. This is a cheapy $20 Harbor Freight torque wrench. It actually works pretty good. I tested it against another digital one I have, and it's pretty on point. We're not at 3 foot-pounds yet, but I'm going to start doing the star pattern now, and then we will pick back up at the next torque specification for these wheels. All right, so I have all 12 bolts down to 3 foot-pounds. So I'm now going to go to the next step of the torquing phase, which is 6 to 7 foot-pounds. So I went across in a random pattern. I made sure that the outside ring was as even as I could possibly get it all the way around. I think I'm really good at where I think I'm at right now. There's also, like, you have this fat lip here, then there's a little line that you guys can see, and then there's another one after that. It is actually dead even all the way around. Definitely use a torque wrench when you're doing this. That's what gives you your even torque all the way around. After I did the star pattern, I went around the whole thing and double checked it twice. So now we're going to go to 6 foot-pounds. Like, mark these guys, you're going to lose which ones you're on. Just continue to go in a random pattern a few times till you feel comfortable with it being torqued. Now I'm going to go all the way around the wheel 2 times just to make sure I didn't lose any, miss any. Not lose, make sure I didn't miss any. Just make sure they're all at the even amount, because even if you do one and then you do the other that's on that plate, it may throw off the reading on the other bolt that was on the same plate. So you just want to double check. Go all the way around the wheel. And we are good. All right, I feel comfortable with that. Always, guys, when you're done using your torque wrench, don't leave it at the setting you're on. Always zero it out. Never store your torque wrench with a load on it like that. So just leave it loose. Otherwise, that will throw off the calibration. There's a spring in there. Just keep it at the torque setting that you're using, only when you're using it. That's it. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. Not a professional at this stuff. I'm not a certified mechanic. Nothing like that. I just do stuff in my garage. You guys can do this shit too. It's easy. It's not complicated. Read the directions. Have basic knowledge. Basic idea of what you're doing. That's all you need. I'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching. As always, boom, boom. Throw me thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. We're getting into this build right here, guys. I am about to start assembling the front end on this thing. I put a new steering stem bushing in it. I left the old one in there for while I was painting. This way it didn't get any paint on it. Probably going to be a bitch to get out, but would I have expected it to be any other way? Absolutely not. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm actually going to start filming it now, so I have a little bit of content backlogged for you guys, because work's been a little crazy lately. So thanks for watching. Thumbs up, subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace!